The game was born originally in France, but came to England in the 12th century. The real tennis, which is how English call it, got popularity among the European nobility. The game was encouraged to play by not only the nobles but also between commoners. During the 16th century, real tennis came to England and Henry VIII built a tennis court at Hampton Court Palace. There was not a set of rules at that time and it was played indoors. The popularity of real tennis decreased during two centuries but regained strength in century 19th. In 1873, Walter Winfield, the father of modern tennis, introduced the game. He patented tennis equipment and rules for playing the game on grass courts. He popularized the game and created a box set which included a net, balls, racket, and balls to play the game with. Within these years, the first lawn tennis club in the world was formed in Leamington, England. Afterwards, the game spread around the world and came to America with Mary Outerbridge. She decided to build a court in New York. In 1877, the first tournament was played, which is still one of the biggest tennis tournaments internationally today, the Wimbledon Championship. In 1881, the United States Tennis Association was established. The USTA standardized the rules of tennis, the scoring equipment, and the court dimensions. During the 20th century, the other three Grand Slams were created: the US Open, the Australian Open, the French Open, or Roland Garros. Tennis began to develop and spread in Canada soon after its popularization in England. J. L. Helmuth formed a club in Toronto that is believed to be the forerunner of the Toronto Lawn Tennis Club, founded in 1875. The first Canadian tournament was held at the Montreal Cricket Club in 1878, and the first indoor tournament took place in Ottawa in 1881. During the 1880s, some clubs were formed in Winnipeg, London, Ottawa, Niagara, and Kingston. In 1890, the Canadian Lawn Tennis Association was formed, and the first Canadian Championships were held in Toronto. The International Tennis Federation is the international body that regulates this sport worldwide, while Tennis Canada regulates this sport in the country. Tennis Canada is a non-profit organization founded in 1890, originally established as the Canadian Lawn Tennis Association. Tennis Canada is composed by 10 provincial and 2 territorial associations: Tennis Alberta, British Columbia, Manitoba, New Brunswick, Newfoundland and Labrador, Nova Scotia, Ontario Tennis Association, Tennis Prince Edward Island, Tennis Quebec, Saskatchewan, Yukon, and Northwest Territories. Tennis Canada is part of many other national and international organizations, such as the International Tennis Federation, the Canadian Olympic Committee, the Canadian Paralympic Committee, and the International Wheelchair Tennis Association. Furthermore, Tennis Canada manages the teams for Davis Cup, Fed Cup, the Olympic and Paralympic Games, and all wheelchair junior and senior national teams. Mission, vision, and objectives of Tennis Canada. According to Tennis Canada, its purpose is to improve the lives of Canadians through tennis. Its vision is to become a world-leading tennis nation, and its mission is to lead the growth of tennis in Canada. Tennis Canada maintains its commitment to the advancement of tennis in Canada by stimulating participation and excellence in the sport at the local, national, and international levels. What does the organization do? Tennis Canada operates programs and events for players of all ages and levels, including events for people with disabilities. Tennis Canada also operates Canada's international championships as top-tier events on both the ATP Tour and the WTA Tour. Tennis Canada owns and operates the Rogers Cup, which is a joint men's and women's competition which attracts the top players in the world. The men's tournament is held in Montreal, while the women's tournament is held in Toronto. Tennis Canada is part of Sport Canada and works with the Canadian Olympic Committee and the Canadian Paralympic Committee. Impact of Tennis Canada. Tennis Canada is the main organization that manages tennis in the country. which means that it is responsible for the future of the sport. All the decisions that they take are crucial and determine where the sport will go in the next years, and they have a big responsibility in the evolution of new players, which has a direct impact on their performance in national and international competitions. Likewise, Tennis Canada manages and organizes different tournaments, which is vital in the development of players. Um, Finally, tennis is one of the most important or most popular sports in Canada, since the number of people under 25 that play tennis in the country increased 50% in the last years.